Your guardian angels are present now, stepping gently into your awareness to deliver an important and intriguing message, one that could influence your near future in subtle yet profound ways. Picture them in the quiet, unguarded moments of your life, when the noise of the world fades and your inner world becomes still. It's in those spaces of stillness that their presence becomes most tangible. They communicate not through grand gestures, but through delicate signs, symbolic whispers, and synchronicities that speak to the soul rather than the mind. Their guidance is woven into the fabric of your everyday life, embedded in a song lyric that seems to speak directly to you, in a chance encounter that stirs your intuition, or in a fleeting thought that arrives out of nowhere and lingers. These moments may seem ordinary, but they carry layers of meaning, especially for those attuned to the subtleties of the spiritual realm. It is during one of these quiet moments that a message has been revealed, a subtle shift is occurring in your social and emotional landscape, and your angels want you to reflect deeply. A rumor has been circulating about your love life, one that suggests you may have secretly dated someone close to a friend. Perhaps you've already sensed this shift in energy. Maybe you've noticed someone you care about acting a little differently around you, more distant, more curious, more uncertain. The angels are urging you to pause and consider whether there might have been a moment, innocent, perhaps, that could have sparked such speculation. A glance that lingered longer than intended. A laugh shared in a way that felt too intimate to be casual. Even the subtlest interactions can sometimes be misread or amplified in the minds of others. What began as a whisper may now be growing louder, woven into a narrative built not just on truth, but on speculation and emotion. Someone you know well, someone who has been part of your life, perhaps even someone you trust, has begun to piece together fragments of conversation, lingering glances, and half-formed ideas. They've heard the chatter, and it's stirred something within them, curiosity, uncertainty, maybe even a sense of betrayal. They're wondering if you've been hiding something, if a connection bloomed between you and their close friend without their knowledge. They've begun observing you more closely, paying attention to the subtle cues they might have missed before. Their thoughts are swirling, not only with concern over what may have happened but also with deeper questions about how well they truly know you, and what else may be hidden beneath the surface. This situation highlights just how powerful perception can be. The human mind is wired to connect dots, to find patterns and build narratives even from the smallest of clues. A shared smile, a joke that only two people seem to understand, a text sent at an odd hour, all of these can be seen in a different light depending on the emotional lens through which they are viewed. Your angels want you to reflect not only on your actions but also on how others may interpret them. The ways in which we relate to one another, especially in emotionally charged situations, are rarely black and white. There is nuance, and much of what we believe about others is shaped not by facts, but by feelings, memories, and assumptions. As this person continues to reflect on the rumor, their curiosity deepens, and it begins to transform into something more complex. The idea that you may have been involved with someone close to them without telling them taps into something raw and vulnerable, an emotional undercurrent shaped by their own past experiences. Perhaps they felt excluded before, or been on the receiving end of secrets and betrayals in other relationships. Their response now isn't just about what may or may not have happened with you and their friend, it's about how the possibility makes them feel. The angels encourage you to consider their perspective, to empathize with what might be going on in their heart. At the root of their concern may lie feelings of exclusion or jealousy. The thought that two people they care about could have shared something meaningful without including them stirs discomfort. That discomfort may be tangled with past wounds, times when they felt overlooked, replaced, or forgotten. This is not simply about the present, it's about all the moments that came before, the echoes of previous hurts now reawakened. Dive into the psychology of jealousy and emotional exclusion, and you'll find that it often stems from a longing for connection, a fear of being left behind, or an ache for understanding that never came. When someone feels like they're on the outside looking in, it can create a sense of distance and vulnerability that's hard to ignore. But there may be more to the story. Sometimes, when we see others forming close bonds, it stirs something inside us that we didn't realize was there. There's a possibility that this person's interest in your connection with their friend has awakened something deeper, a buried romantic longing, a forgotten affection, or even a desire to explore what a relationship with you might feel like. The rumor, while troubling, may have acted as a mirror, revealing emotions they had not acknowledged before. Picture their heart, once quiet, now stirring with feelings that catch them off guard. This adds another dimension to the unfolding situation. What began as gossip now touches on the hidden desires of the heart. Your angels gently remind you that it's time to seek clarity. Let the confusion and speculation give way to truth and healing. Consider initiating an open, sincere conversation with this person. Speak from the heart, not to defend or explain, but to invite understanding. Imagine a calm, welcoming setting, perhaps a park bench in the late afternoon sun, or a quiet cafe where voices can be lowered and truths can be shared. Picture the nervous anticipation on both sides as you begin to speak honestly. And then imagine the relief that comes when the air is cleared, when assumptions are laid to rest and trust is allowed to grow. This kind of dialogue is not easy, but it is powerful. It's a chance to break the cycle of gossip and silence and instead build a foundation of truth. Rumors lose their power when confronted with honesty. Misunderstandings dissolve in the light of shared vulnerability. Your conversation can be a turning point, not just for this one relationship, but as a larger reminder of the value of communication in all your interactions. It's an opportunity to show that you value openness, trust, and emotional authenticity. Yet your angels also want you to hold a deeper awareness. Relationships cannot and should not thrive on rumors. A meaningful connection, whether romantic, platonic, or somewhere in between, must be built on a foundation of trust, empathy, and clear communication. It's so easy to let hearsay and speculation cloud our perceptions, to allow someone else's words to shape how we see each other. But every person carries their own unique story, shaped by their experiences, fears, dreams, and scars. When we assume rather than ask, when we listen to gossip rather than our own intuition, we risk damaging something real in favor of something imagined. In your conversation, invite this person to reflect with you on the broader theme: how often do we let misunderstandings define our relationships? How often do we let the shadows of what if and maybe distract us from the truth that's right in front of us? Now is your chance to build something stronger, not just by clearing up the rumor, but by modeling the kind of connection you want in your life, one built on mutual respect, transparency, and heartfelt understanding. Consider, too, the emotional complexity that surrounds the other people involved, especially the friend at the center of the rumor. How are they feeling? Have they sensed the tension as well? Whether or not anything romantic occurred, they, too, are a part of this evolving story. Compassion and grace are needed from all sides to navigate these shifting dynamics. The ripple effect of a single rumor can touch many lives, and your willingness to handle this situation with maturity and empathy will help guide everyone involved back to a place of peace. Above all, your angels want to reassure you, you are not alone. You are being guided through this emotional terrain with love and wisdom. The confusion you may feel, the uncertainty surrounding your social ties, it's all part of a greater journey, one that is leading you toward greater self-awareness, stronger relationships, and a deeper sense of truth. Let us end with a prayer for clarity, peace, and healing. Lord, as whispers and rumors circulate around them, I pray that your divine light shines brightly upon their path. Help them to see clearly, to speak truthfully, and to listen with an open heart. Grant them the strength to face misunderstandings with grace, and the courage to engage in honest conversations that bring light where there was once shadow. May your wisdom prevail, guiding them toward relationships built not on speculation, but on trust, respect, and mutual care. Heal any wounds that have been opened, and let love be the force that leads all hearts back to understanding. Amen.